I think most of us can agree that the 3DS was pretty great all things considered, completely ignoring its easy access to downloading free games, custom themes, and who knows what else. What the hell is this? We have a solid game library with variety, combined with backwards compatibility with the DS. Some really cool applications for taking photos, using the internet, Nintendo 3DS Sound, Me Freaking Plaza, Download Play, eShop, Miiverse for a majority of its life. And even the lesser used ones like AR games and face readers are really cool. Plus, I really liked watching that Dinosaur Office video over and over. I could not get enough of it.
Dinosaur Office, roar!
All of these games and applications combined is why I consider the 3DS to be one of the best game consoles to ever be released, period. I mean, it was good enough to be continued even when the Switch was dominating for some time. However, as solid as the 3DS is in my opinion, it is up there along with the PS3, Xbox One, Virtual Boy I guess, for one of the worst console launches of all time. Now, I'll say before I begin our story that the 3DS recovered from its bad launch in like a year's time, and I'm going to get into the things that Nintendo did to save it too. But for now, the year is 2010. At E3, and Nintendo has revealed the 3DS to the world.
Let's see how this works.
And I'll show you two reasons why we're already in bad waters. For one, it's called the 3DS, and two, we're in 2010. Oh, I need to elaborate? Man. Some of you may already know, but if you don't, pop-up 3D was a popular thing around this time. And we have a little, kinda lesser known film known as Avatar to blame. This movie got really big because of just how revolutionary it looked for its time, and even today it holds up visually, which is impressive. But one thing this film offered was the pop-up in-your-face 3D visuals using these special glasses. Nintendo being Nintendo around this time, probably seeing this 3D craze, were like, what if we did this? 3D without glasses, very Nintendo-like. With something as big as the DS, it definitely could have been difficult to figure out what the next move was, and this totally was the answer. Obviously I'm joking. And the DS successor being brainstormed around the time of this 3D craze kinda backfired, because come 2011, 3DS already started its downfall, and the 3DS is launching.
That is so weird.
But that doesn't mean the game launch itself is bad, right? I mean, some solid launch titles, cool new features, $250? Welcome to hell, kid, and not the good kind. Wait, is there a good hell? That's just another term for guilty pleasure. Alright, that is very off topic, and here are the reasons why the launch sucked.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 2, 1. Oh my god! Whoa! Holy crap!
First point, I don't care how good that 3D is, $250 for a handheld console is pretty bad. For comparison, $250 in spring of 2011 has the same spending power as $350 in summer of 2024, so if it wasn't already clear, it was pricey. The 3D visuals are to blame for this price. And let's be honest, the 3D cannot be that good.
I'll be out! That's insane! There's like no glasses, what?
Compare this to 2020 when the PS5 and Xbox Series X launched. These two are powerful consoles, no doubt, but they cost $500. Shortages aside, that's still a lot of money to shell out for a console. So you know what people are going to do? Not buy it, and just play what they already have. So back to the 3DS. It's more powerful and has glasses-free 3D. An upgrade, no doubt, but it costs $250. That's a lot of money to shell out for a console. So you know what people are going to do? Not buy it and play what they already have. Or go on their smartphones, which conveniently brings us to our second point. The revolution of smartphones. This poor thing was in competition with smartphones, which were exploding in sales, becoming more mainstream. The 3DS was overlooked because of this, and Nintendo blamed their sales on them. It took away a lot of potential the console had on the market, which not only applies to the launch, but its entire market life. Third point, this thing is small. Now there are small DS's, the DS version that sold like hotcakes was small, but at this point in 2011 we had XL sizes. It's more comfortable for a lot of folks, me included, so to not see an XL size at the 3DS launch was underwhelming. These 3 points become even worse when you put in the fourth point. The horrendous game launch library. Where the hell are the games, Nintendo? Steel Diver and Pilot Wing do not scream, I'm a must-have launch game. They look boring, and you know what? They are boring. Third-party releases weren't much to root about too. Street Fighter probably being the only good one. Luckily, we still have the DS backwards compatibility, so at least it's reasonable to switch your DS gaming to the 3DS. But man, a killer must-have game can and does completely change a console launch. I don't even need to give details of Breath of the Wild with the Switch, or Mario 64 with the Nintendo 64. The Nintendo 64 was probably the worst game launch of all time, but Mario 64 carried hard. Nothing here carries, it's all bullshit, upon bullshit, upon bullshit. Fifth point, no eShop at launch. At a point in time where digital games were becoming more preferable to some, that's just tragic. And my sixth and final big point, the 3D ain't worth it. You had to basically keep your head in a solid position in order to experience it correctly. 3D also hurts the eyes over time, so a lot of people didn't even use it. Didn't even use it. Let me get this straight. The 3DS at launch was overpriced, had one small size available, had no significant games at launch, and no online shop, all because Nintendo rushed this thing out the door during a time where people stopped caring about 3D? What the fuck?
Dear Nintendo, actually start doing some good things. You are a big company that has a lot of potential, and somehow you end up screwing yourselves over any chance you get. Yeah, why give a shit?
But let's cut to today in 2024. In the end, the 3DS sold over 75 million units, over 388 million game copies, lasted 9 whole years on the market before being discontinued. How? Just months after the 3D launch in summer of 2011, the 3DS price was cut from $250 to just $170. With this cut, Nintendo was selling them at a loss, just trying to get people to buy them. Later that same year, Nintendo actually brought some heavy hitters like Mario 3D Land, Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, and Mario Kart 7. In the years to come, Nintendo finally released the 3DS XL, the 2DS, which was a cheaper option, removing the 3D and hinges to bring the price to just $130. New 3DS, which gave us more buttons and face tracking 3D so that it could actually be usable. The 2DS XL, the last addition to the 3DS family that took out the 3D but gave us a clean design. Over time, the 3DS got way better, recovering from such an underwhelming launch that was rushed. I feel like if Nintendo waited until fall of 2011, things would have been a lot different, more games and such. But to wrap it up, the 3DS came back so good from its bad launch that nobody even cares because of just how much was released beyond 2011. Wait, so why did he even make this video in the first place? God damn it.